Hello, it's the Online Billionaire again. So, in the previous lesson, we had talked about the different keyboard configurations and why you should switch from Qwerty to either the Colemak keyboard layout or the Drover keyboard layout. So, if you already know how to touch type, then switching over to Colemak is easy. But if you're starting touch typing from scratch, well, then you might want to consider moving over to Drover. So here's the deal. In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up your computer such that the keyboard layout is in Colemak. Two tools. We're going to need two tools. The first one is the Colemak keyboard layout utility from colemak.com, and the other one is Sharps Key, the Sharps Key utility from randyrants.com, the developer of Sharp Key. Okay, so here's how to download the Colemak layout utility app. Go to colemak.com, click download, pick your operating system, in our case it's Windows, and just click download it. It's a relatively small app. It will be done downloading it in a short while. Once you're done downloading it, extract it and just run it. Perfect. You repeat the same thing for SharpKey. Go to sharpkey.com, download the utility as an MSI app and install it. Well, once you're done with installing the two utility apps, then start by making sure the Colemak keyboard layout is the preferred keyboard layout. To do that, just press the Windows bar, go to the keyboard settings. Then what you do, you will have your preferred keyboard language. For most of us, it will be English United States. So you click on it, click on options, and then add a keyboard. Automatically the Colemak keyboard will be here. So you add it here and then it will be here. Then come back here and make sure the English United States is at the top. So let's say it was somewhere like this. What you do is bring it up so that it's at the top. Add another keyboard, like for example here we added United States, we added United Kingdom using the normal Qwerty keyboard. I'll show you why it's important to have a Qwerty keyboard as a second alternative later on. And that's just basically it. Right now, if you type using your computer, it will no longer be in Qwerty, it will be in Colemak layout. Okay. You realize one thing with the Colemak layout is that it's not truly Colemak. In the Colemak layout, the caps lock is usually changed to backspace. But in this case, the default Colemak layout from the colemak.com does not change the caps lock into backspace. So what we will have to do is we are going to use the Sharp Key utility. The Sharp Key utility allows you to map one key in your keyboard to a different key and vice versa, to switch over the Colemak, the caps lock key to the backspace key. So to do that, just say add, then click on type. So this is map this key. This is the key you want to change. In our case, we want to change caps lock. So you type it. We want to change it to backspace. And you click OK. Then you click Write to Registry, and it will ask you to restart your computer. Once you restart your computer, the caps lock key will have been marked to backspace. Well, once you've done that, you're basically done. You're now in Colemak. Now the next step will be, how do you teach yourself touch type using the Colemak keyboard layout? To learn how to touch type using the Colemak keyboard layout, the best tool I've found is an online tool called keybr.com. To change the keyboard layout, you click on the practice button, wait for it to load, click on the settings button at the top, keyboard, English, then change it to US Colemak, and here is your Colemak layout. Now when you come to start practicing, your keyboard will be Colemak. So initially when you're starting out, it will be quite challenging to type. You will make mistakes, you won't just feel it, but don't worry, stick with it. Within like a week of doing this, you will be a pro. Trust me, you will be able to type without looking at the keyboard like the way I'm doing right now. One big impediment to switching over to Colemak is the fact that when you're typing passwords, you will want to look down at the keyboard as you type the password. So initially when I switched over, what I did is that I looked for a normal USB keyboard, plucked out all the keys and replaced them, arranging them using the Qwerty layout. But since then, I've found there's an even simpler way to do it. So here's what to do. Let's say you're touch typing, you don't have to look at your keyboard is in Colemak layout. So you just type it. You want to type a password. What do? Press Windows and spacebar. You see what it does? It changes over from Colemak to our second keyboard layout, which is the United Kingdom layout. Then you can look at your keyboard and type your password. That way, I find that much simpler. Like, you don't have to change. So install two keyboard layouts. Colemak on top, UK on bottom down. When you're touch typing, learning how to Colemak, or once you've perfected Colemak, you just touch type without looking. When you want to change your password, Windows and space, change over to the UK layout, type the password. When you're done typing the password, Windows, space, over to the Colemak and just type it. So thank you. I know you'll switch over to Colemak and you'll type super fast, and in no time you'll be a pro. See you in the next video.